Friends, welcome to a Cascade Gaming Diablo 4 Nightmare Dungeon video. So I'm doing the live review again. So instead of just getting voiceover, you get real life casts. So I'm watching this for the first time with you guys, and we've got a level 41 Shivta Ruins. So we're starting to up the ante a little bit with our Meteor Sorcerer, Meteor slash Hydra Sorcerer, which technically shouldn't really be viable, but hey, here we are. Alright. So, first group of enemies, not too bad. So the objective is to return the Bloodstones. That's always boring. Alright, let's keep going. Naughty cast. Don't shit on Diablo. We enjoy Diablo. We make our own fun here. Okay, we're going through pretty well. Our little Seneschal companion has got the shield breaker. I'll never stop raving about the shield breaker because it's helped me survive so many butcher encounters. So I can't remember if I died in this one or I didn't, but I guess we'll see as we go along. So I like to do these runs and then give myself a couple of days break just to you know, I guess to wipe it from my mind so that I can go, okay, then come back and review and see where I messed up and see where I can fix things for the future. Okay, so just letting you know, we've got teleport on the bar. Now, this is probably going to seem really counterintuitive, but we've got the aspect of Inner Calm equipped. So basically that means if you stand still, your spells get stronger. And the whole idea is that when I come up to a bigger mob, basically standing still for a few minutes, or for a few moments, sorry, throwing down the Hydras at first to kind of take a little bit of the aggro off of me. So just standing still, having a way, putting down the meteors, and then teleporting into the middle of where the meteors have landed, or are going to land, so that I can pull all the enemies in with me. It doesn't always work, but it works pretty frequently, so I'm quite happy with how it's going so far. Do I think that this build is going to be viable for endgame? So you can see I'm only level 93 here, so I've leveled up a little bit since I recorded this video. Do I think it's going to be viable for 90s, sort of 80s, 90s, because 90 is a seasonal achievement, and I do like to get 100% completion for seasonal achievements. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'll have to get some better gear. I've got the mats for some dual runs, so for once I'm not actually chasing Shaco. I think I die in this room. I actually think I die here. There I go. Pop. Yeah, so I'm not chasing Shaco this season. I'm actually chasing the Ring of Starless Skies, because that's going to be a better replacement. So I've got Talrash's Iridescent Loop and a Ring of Inner Calm, and Talrash's isn't quite doing it for me. It's just missing a little bit of oomph. So I'm going to swap that out with the Ring of Starless Skies. And that also being said, basically all of my gear needs to be upgraded to 925. So as I'm doing these, starting to get into the higher level dungeons with the enemies at higher level, it's starting to look a little bit better. So I've been doing some where the enemies are sort of over level 100 now, which is pretty good. And I'll just progress on with that. So we've got our first Bloodstone. If I remember correctly, I find the second Bloodstone before I find the Pedestal. So that's always a novelty. It's actually really nice. So I've got my 5 glyphs upgraded to level 15 for the seasonal achievement. And basically, you don't really need to upgrade your glyphs beyond that level. So from here on out, there's not really any point to doing the vaults, because the reason that you're doing the vaults is obviously for whispers, which is great, to upgrade your stones, but all of mine are upgraded to level 10, so like there's not a lot of point to keep doing it for that. And so upgrade glyphs, get your companion stones to level 10, and do whispers. That's it. So if whispers pop up for a vault, I'll probably do them, but other than that, there's not a lot of point for me doing that at the moment. That being said, I have found a few uniques in the vaults, so that's not too bad. But I definitely want to be focusing more on Nightmare Dungeons now, because that's kind of my end game goal, is to get this build to a point where I can tackle that level 90 Nightmare Dungeon and possibly get a 100. So last season of my Charge Bolt Sorcerer, I ended up running a level 100 Nightmare Dungeon. That video isn't coming out until like early April, so I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. So I'm not going to tell you how it went. But, you know, just keep your eye out for that one. Okay, so level 94, that's really good. I try not to put the Paragon points in while I'm in a dungeon, but, you know, it's probably a good idea to do that. You know, you live and you learn. I'm still working out the tweaking this build a lot. So, there are things that I'm putting points into and then changing and pulling points out of constantly. And I think I've got something workable at this stage. So once I hit level 100 and I'm happy with it, I will share that with you. So actually, in the last couple of days, I've seen a lot of people complaining about Incinerate and how, you know, it doesn't do much damage. But honestly, I'm loving Incinerate. See, I found the other Bloodstone before I found the room. Yeah, I'm loving Incinerate. It works really well with the build that I have. So with the Meteor, with the Hydra, with the Flame Shield, which is fantastic to pop if you're in the middle of a group of enemies, because that does extra damage. But yeah, it's great for kind of keeping a bit of range as well. So, because I don't want to be all up in the enemies, especially ones where there's a lot of poison dropping. And this is one of the ones where there's a lot of poison dropping. This one, Sirocco Caverns. Oh my god, Sirocco Caverns. That was my first solo AOZ success run, so I can't really hate it as much as I used to. I think it's just all the spiders that creep me out. But yeah, so having the option to have 3 Hydras is fantastic. I'm loving that. So basically I've got my Hydra. I've got Hydra in an enchantment slot, and I've got a Hydra affix on my gear. So 3 Hydras. The third one spawns when you spend a certain amount of mana. I think it's like 300 mana. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Let me look at this. Let me look at the little tiny Hydra icon just ticking away. It's just there between Flame Shield and Hydra on the bar. So we're up to 140 mana spent. Because I can't remember if it's 150 or 300. But it normally spawns fairly, like, on the regular, so that's good. So we should have it spawn for the boss, I think, because I'm pretty sure once you put the next Bloodstone down, it's just straight into the Seething Hivemaster, who I freaking hate, by the way. I did a collapsed vault run, and yeah, him popping up, just like, okay, so it's 200 mana, there we go. Yeah, and he popped up as the last boss, and I just absolutely stuffed around and ended up freaking dying to him when he had like a freaking sliver of health left. So I'm gonna do a video review of that dungeon so you can watch me rage out. It's like, it's stuck in my mind. It was a level 51, so that's the highest I've done so far, and I was like, yes, this is gonna be a perfect run. And it was gonna be a perfect run. It was super close to being a perfect run. Until it wasn't. Anyway, the Seething Hivemaster, it's like my second least favorite end boss, just because of these stupid tornadoes that he sends around. I really hate those. My number one most hated is the Drowned Sea Hag. Anyway, so that's the dungeon run done. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm thinking that we didn't do too bad, honestly. Everything was about the same level as Oslo, only a little bit higher. So I'm kind of going to stick to like 10 levels or less higher than me at the moment. So we're not quite ready to tackle the gauntlet, which I did try at when I was at level 90. So imagine my joy when I walked in there and everything's 124. But no, it was a fun run. I hope you guys had fun, and let's do some more video reviews. All right. As always, check out my Twitch if you'd like to watch the hilarity unfolding live. I will be starting my Twitch back up this month. Um, Actually, I don't know when this video is coming out, so I'll be starting up my Twitch in March. So I don't know if this video is coming out in March. But yeah, so stay tuned, and yeah, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and I'll catch you guys really soon. Bye for now.